welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm just starting out the intro a little early because I'm actually not going to be filming this until next week, and today is Wednesday, October 2nd, I believe. So happy October. I went and did my nails with a little Kiss impressed nail thing. Loving the nails for October. But the whole reason I'm coming at you here starting our reading vlog is because Jordan Elaine from Jordan Elaine Reads on Instagram, and I think it's just Jordan Elaine here on YouTube. She is doing a TwilightAthon for the month of October, not the whole month, from October, let me look, from October 7th through the 13th, and I love Twilight so much. It will always hold a special place in my heart, and I want to participate, but of course, October 7th through the 13th, I'm going to be on vacation. So we're going to Florida for, vacation. We always go in October every year. It's usually the second week in October we go. It's very weird that we're going a little bit earlier than we normally do, I think. It's still like the second week, but I don't know. It's like the second full week in October. But I don't know. It just seems a little bit earlier than when we normally go. But anyways, we always go in October because we like going to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal, which is very spooky. And we do like going to Disney and just seeing, I love the fall feels of Disney and Universal when it's all decorated up for fall, especially Disney. We're going to go to Mickey's Not So Scary Party again this year, and we haven't went since our son was like 2. I think he was 2. He was either 1.5 or 2 the first time we went, and he is now 8, so he's going to be having such a ball when we go. So we are going to be doing that, and my husband has talked about wanting to vlog it, so we'll see. We are definitely taking this camera. Whether the vlogs are going to happen is that is another question indeed. I know I'm going to be personally vlogging my reading that's happening while I'm on vacation, which is going to be this Twilight Readathon, which is the whole reason I started this video. So on the Twilight Readathon, there is only 4 prompts here, and I will moving the camera over so I can make space to put the graphic here for you. I will be putting the graphic up here for you guys so you can see. But the first prompt on the Twilight Readathon is visiting Forks, and that is to read a book with an atmospheric setting. So what was my plan? Oh no, I don't remember what book I thought I was going to read for this prompt. Oh no. Okay, so I just figured it out. I was like, wait a second, what book was I choosing for the book with the atmospheric setting? So the first book, and it is an ARC book that I have. I think I'm going to choose this one. This one could work for either. I mean, I could probably use it for both prompts if I wanted to, but I have like a book that I checked out from the library for the next prompt. So I think I'm going to go with this one, which this is My Ghost Only Haunts Her Favorite Vampires. It is the Haunted Lovers Department, Book 1, Rachel E. Scott, over on Instagram. She is a indie author, and I will post like the graphic of the cover here so you can see what it looks like in color, because I have an old Kindle. There's no color on my Kindle, and I don't think the new one has color either. I will not buy a new Kindle until they start having them in color like this. But the cover, I don't know about the cover. It looks kind of like, I don't know, something is up with the cover, especially around the heads. It looks kind of like when people do a really bad Photoshop job and you can tell that it's been photoshopped. That's kind of what the cover is giving me around the faces, around the heads anyways. It looks like it was photoshopped into the background or something, and you can really tell around the heads. So the cover, I think, could have been better. And if it was better, it would be giving everything. But I love the name of it. My Ghost Only Haunts Her Favorite Vampires. It sounds like it's going to be very fall, atmospheric. I feel like there's going to be really good atmospheric vibes to that book. I should have brought that up for you. Let me bring it up so I can read, like, the synopsis for you. Okay, so here I brought it up. It doesn't have no synopsis here. Let me check out her Instagram page then. I brought it up on Goodreads thinking there would be a synopsis, but there's not. So let me check her out maybe on her page. Oh, she even has another book I could have used for a prompt in here. I didn't know. It's called Run Little Wolf. I'll have to get that later on. Anyways, I'm trying to it doesn't really, is this, I don't think it says. Nope. So, so there is no synopsis for this yet, but I will come in and give you updates as to, how it is, what it's about. I'll have to come to my own conclusion. Anywho's, the next prompt on the list is Team Edward, and that is to read a book with vampire characters / romance. So the book I just got from the library, and I could use this probably for either prompt 2, is So Thirsty by Rachel Harrison, and says it's a vampire novel. This one just sounded interesting. So it says a woman must learn to take her life by the throat after a night out leads to irrevocable changes in this juicy, thrilling novel from the today's best-selling author of Sharp Teeth and Black Sheep. So it says that Sloane Parker is dreading her birthday. She doesn't need a reminder she's getting older or that she's feeling indifferent about her own life. Her husband surprises her with a birthday weekend getaway. Not with him, but with Sloane's longtime best friend, troublemaker extraordinary Naomi. Sloane anticipates a weekend of wine tastings and cozy robes and strategic avoidance of issues she'd rather not confront, such as her husband's repeated infidelity. But when they arrive at the rental cottage, it becomes clear Naomi has something else in mind. She wants Sloane to stop letting things happen to her, for Sloane to really live. So Naomi orchestrates a wild night out with a group of mysterious strangers, only for it to take a horrifying turn that changes Sloane's and Naomi's lives literally forever. The friends are forced to come to terms with some pretty eternal consequences in this bloody, seductive novel about how it's never too late to find satisfaction, even though it might taste different than expected. So I know this is the author who wrote Cackle, which I really want to read Cackle too. It's more of a witchy book where this is vampires. And I think these are horror, thriller horror novels. But it sounded interesting. I hope it's not too spicy. With vampires, you never know. And I think these are adult novels, so there might be a little bit of spice in here. I'll have to keep you updated on that, but I did want to try it, and this is her latest release, so that's the one I picked for Team Edward. And the next prompt is Team Jacob, which is to read a werewolf or a friends to lovers story. Which I probably have some friends to lovers stories on my shelf. But we're talking about Twilight here, so of course I have to read a werewolf book. And I end up getting Such Sharp Teeth by Rachel Harrison, same person as the last book, except for this is her werewolf version. I think this one came out, it's the book she wrote right before So Thirsty. So, this one sounded really good too. So it says here, Rory Morris isn't thrilled to be moving back to her hometown, even if it's only temporary. There are bad memories there. But her twin sister Scarlett is pregnant, estranged from the baby's father, and needs support. So Rory returns to the place she thought she put in her rearview mirror. After a night out at the bar where she runs into an old, almost flame, she hits a large animal with her car. And when she gets out to investigate, she's attacked. Rory survives miraculously, but life begins to look and feel different. She's unnaturally strong and with an aversion to silver, and suddenly the moon has her in its thrall. She's changing into something else. Someone else. Something else. Maybe even a monster. But does that mean she's putting those close to her in danger, or is embracing the wildness inside her the key to acceptance? says this dark comedic love story is a brilliantly layered portrait of trauma, rage, and vulnerability. Once again, I say I don't know if these books are clean, but I wanted to try them, so I'm going to try them out and we'll see how spicy they are. Hopefully not too spicy. I'm okay if there's like 1 or 2 scenes. I'd rather them be no scenes, but trying to fit the prompts here without reading Twilight books. And I could have just grabbed the Twilight books off my shelf, but they're thicker books, and I feel like it's not possible for me to read thicker books while I'm on vacation. So, yeah. So the last prompt in here is the Colon Clan, which is read a found family story or a family drama. So, I chose to pick one that is a found family story, and this one I know for sure is clean because it's YA. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I was originally going to get a very secret society of irregular witches for this prompt, but my library, it was a long wait. It's like 30 people in front of me to get that book. So I could not get the book before vacation. And this one I already had on my shelf. And I've read Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And it is literally possibly the best found family story ever, I feel like. So if you're like one of those people on the planet who's not heard of Harry Potter, I haven't read Harry Potter, let me just read this little synopsis for you, will I? It says, till now there has been no magic for Harry Potter. He lives with the miserable Dursleys and their abominable son Dudley. Harry's room is a tiny closet beneath the stairs, and he hasn't had a birthday party in 11 years. But then a mysterious letter arrives by Owl Messenger, a letter with an invitation to an incredible place called Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. And there he finds not only friends, flying sports on broomsticks, and magic in everything from classes to meals, but a great destiny that's been waiting for him, if Harry can survive the encounter. Dun dun dun! My son would do that. But I thought, when I was talking about the very secret side of Irregular Wood, and I was like, this would literally be perfect. We're going to Universal Studios, so we are most likely going to visit Harry Potter Land because we're going to Halloween Horror Nights, and they always do the Death Eaters during Halloween Horror Nights when you cross over to Harry Potter. So I'm very excited to see that. But that is my little TBR that I have for the Twilight readathon for that week. I hope that I get to read all these books while I'm on vacation. Like I said, at least 3 of them. At least 3 of them. Because I know at least 2 of these books can fit 2 prompts. And I can squeeze by on that. But I'm hoping to read at least 3 books on the vacation. But I don't know. That means staying up to read at night. Because I know we're probably not going to be in the hotel much. Even though I would like to be in the hotel. And reading by the pool. I did that a lot last time we went. I stuck by the pool and read because that was just my favorite thing. To sit by the pool and read. So atmospheric. They have a cute little bar we can get little drinks from. They have, we're staying at Universal's Endless Summer. We stayed at Surfside last year. This year we're staying at Dockside. And they just have the cutest little bar with like Halloween themed drinks that you can get poolside. So, and I did that last year. There was one drink that was just so good that we got it like multiple times while we were there on vacation, because I spent a lot of time at the pool. I really enjoyed the pool and reading by the pool. There was one day that I literally just spent all day at the pool. But yeah. Next time you see me, I will be on vacation. Maybe you might not see as good of quality, because I feel like next time you see me, I might be using my phone to vlog instead of the camera, which I'm using right now. So we'll probably be saving the battery on this camera for vlogging in the parks, but I guess you'll see if I get any clips of us on vacation, because I know he wants to bring the camera, but we'll see. We'll see if that actually happens. He wants me to be the one, but I don't know. I don't know if I feel comfortable vlogging in the parks in front of people who are going to be looking at me like, what the heck? I mean, they shouldn't be, because there's so many vloggers now in these amusement parks. I should just be like business as usual, but I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to go. Y'all are going to see these books soon. That's what you'll see. You'll see whichever book I decide to start next. I'll show it to you. And then I will try to get a couple clips of me reading if I can. Maybe sitting at the desk. I can prop this camera up there with the little tripod and sit at the desk and do like a few minutes of reading. I'll try to get, maybe I'll take it with me to the pool and get a few minutes of me reading at the pool. I'll try to do some different things. If not, I'm at least going to come in and give you updates about my books and how they're going and my thoughts. And I'm very excited to be reading, because I haven't read Harry Potter since I was a child. I grew up with Harry Potter, so it's funny that the books got darker as you went along. Like, they start out very, like, it's a very childlike story it starts out as. But I grew up with Harry Potter, so, like, as they got darker, I got older, and it kind of fit. So, I'm very excited to experience this again as an adult. And we'll see. I might do another vlog. I might vlog this on another vlog too and do like a Harry Potter reading vlog. I don't know. I may or may not. I don't know. My original plan was to vlog this for Harry Potter and to like read each book and then watch the movie afterwards, and just like vlog my adult journey of rereading Harry Potter and then watching the movie afterwards, because I love to point out all the differences between the books and the movies, because I know they chopped out a lot. Maybe not out of the first two books, but the other ones that got much thicker, they definitely chopped out a lot. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go, because this is a long enough intro for you guys. Sorry it's so long. I just wanted to introduce the Twilight Readathon and all the books and the prompts and the books that I plan to read for it. And I really wanted to vlog it, because I thought this was just such a fun readathon. This was just such a fun readathon, and I really love that Jordan Lane created this for us to read and celebrate Twilight, because some people hate on it, but I'm telling you, it's iconic. I watch it every single fall. Every single fall, there's a weekend where I just sit and I binge the entire Twilight series until I finished it. And I'm surprised I haven't done it yet, because this is the second week that it's been cloudy and rainy, and I guess it's from the hurricane, but I still haven't watched Twilight, so I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, I'm gonna go.
AI.
Oh,
Pretty cool, right?
There's the TV. I'm gonna go. I will see you guys when I start reading my books in next week.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted, you've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head, I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test, I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I
play dead? Will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion, even though I offer all of the solutions. I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you I feel so useless, I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt, never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm, I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares. See me right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me? Then will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me?
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.
Coming at you with a little update from my TwilightAthon reading vlog. I had to think about it there for a moment. I never gave y'all any updates while I was reading the books. Things just got crazy while I was in Florida. We got to Florida, and then all of a sudden there was all these reports about books about the hurricane coming straight for Orlando, which, spoiler alert, was where I was. So we were like trying to figure out whether we should leave, whether we should stay and just hunker down in the hotel we were at. But my husband, he was a little too worried that we weren't going to be able to do Halloween Horror Nights even after the hurricane on that Wednesday because of the debris and stuff that they might have to clean up. So that was the only reason that we were thinking about staying and like weathering the storm, was so we could still go to Halloween Horror Nights, but that just didn't happen. He ended up going to guest services and getting the money back on the tickets because, of course, the night that we had was for Wednesday, which was the very same night that the hurricane was supposed to hit Orlando. So yeah, we ended up coming back on Tuesday at 3 a.m. leaving and coming back home. So I never really got to do any updates on this vlog because of that. But I did get some clips that you've seen earlier. I tried to take some clips while we were on the road. We stopped at Buc-ee's. We always stop at both of the Buc-ee's. One's in, I think, either North or South Carolina. And then there's one in Florida that we always stop at. So we usually stop at one and we'll have breakfast. And then the next one we'll end up having lunch. And it's the same way when we go home. The first one we run into, we usually get breakfast there. And then the second one we run into, we usually just get lunch. And that's what we eat while we're on the road. But anyways, coming in here to update you on my reading vlog, because I do want to eventually edit this to post. I don't know what is wrong with me. I don't want to put down books to edit. Like, no, I need to read all the books. And if I take any time, because literally it takes me hours to edit videos. So, and it goes by like nothing. But, yeah. I feel like those are hours I could be reading. And there's so many books I want to read. But, yeah. Anyways, I finished So Thirsty by Rachel Harrison. And I did end up giving this 4 stars. I really loved it. I know some people are not liking this. This is like either you love it or hate it book, I think. Because some people are saying that it's boring. That, the friendship in here is really toxic, which I guess that makes sense. I thought this was more about the friendship and their friendship and how it's somebody that you've kind of, because I've grown up with somebody that I've known since I was a baby, like literally like 3 or 4 years old, because my mom used to babysit her, and we just grew up together, and she was almost like a sister to me. And I know that there was times when I was growing up, especially, when I would just get jealous of her or mad at her about certain things and everything. And she was always there for me. But, and she was always reaching out to me and talking to me. And she was always really nice to me. She was nice to everybody. But, we did eventually grow apart when we got older. Teenagers in high school and stuff. But that's what this friendship in the book kind of reminded me of somebody that you've been friends with for like years and years, like since childhood. And it's just, even though they don't talk all the time, it's like those friendships where you don't talk all the time, but when you come together, you have a good time. And I get about the peer pressure and stuff. But I think even though she talks about the peer pressure and everything in this book, I feel like at some part deep down inside of her, it wasn't just peer pressure. I think she wanted to break out and do something different, that she was tired of the monotony of her life, and her friend was just helping her out with that, because she knew her. She knew that she was getting tired of the everyday waking up, knowing what was going to happen, and she was just getting bored with her life. And I think her friend sensed that, and that's why she pushed her to get out of her comfort zone and to do things that she wouldn't normally do. And I think it's important that we do get out of our comfort zones and do things that we wouldn't normally do. But maybe not put yourself in dangerous situations like they did. But still, I absolutely love the book. It does have some trigger warnings. There's a lot of language in this book. A lot of F-bombs. There is some talk about sex. At one point, she goes with her friend with this guy that she met, and they're having a party, and there's an orgy going on in the party, but, like, you're in her point of view, and she's not partaking in the orgy. She's, like, off to the side, like an observer. So there's, like, talks of it here and there, but it wasn't enough to where it bothered me. And there was also some talks of cannibalism in here from a vampire perspective, which was very interesting. It did have some gross, gory parts, but that doesn't really bother me. But I guess it's something to expect when you go into a horror novel. She is a horror novelist. And this was my first book by Rachel Harrison, and I was really impressed. Like, I liked her writing style. I didn't think it was boring at all. I was, like, so into the relationship and what was going to happen. And I ended up really loving the love interest that was in here between Sloane and, I forget his name, Henry? No. What is his name? There was a vampire in here. I loved their, like, little relationship they had going on. It reminded me so much of, like, Edward and Bella, where he's been waiting his life for somebody, and she was the person that he'd been waiting for. And, yeah. I don't know. I really liked it. I don't understand why people didn't like it, but I understand why some people wouldn't, but I loved it. It was 4 stars for me. It was only not 5 stars because of all of the language and the content. I took off a star for that, but it was still, nevertheless, really good. Okay. So I was so happy with I really liked that book so much that I ended up moving on to my second Rachel Harrison book that I had for the Twilight Readathon. For Team Edward, I chose Such Sharp Teeth by Rachel Harrison, which is a werewolf novel. And yeah, I really enjoyed this one too. It is also 4 stars for me. I thought it was really interesting. Her becoming a werewolf and everything. Wow, this was pretty gruesome too. So if you don't like gruesome books, I would not recommend you read this. Maybe don't read horror. If you have to go into horror knowing that there's going to be some gross parts, and that certainly was true for this book. But I really, really liked it, and I think it just solidifies that I like Rachel Harrison's writing. Everything. It did take a while for her to, like, turn. It was like, I don't know how to put it. It was just like slower changes, and the fact that she was only craving meat after she got bit was just hilarious to me at some point. There was some funny parts in this book, so maybe that's why I liked it too. But yeah, this one, so good. So good. Now, the last book I read, I didn't get to the Collins Twilight Readathon prompt, the Collins prompt. I didn't get to that one because there just simply wasn't enough time. I thought I might be able to because I was literally reading. When I wasn't driving, I was reading. So I'm lucky that now I'm one of those people who can read while driving. When I was a teenager, I could not do that. I would do it anyways, and by the time we got to our destination, I would have a headache, I would be nauseous, all the things. So, I'm not one of those people. I wasn't when I was a teenager. I wasn't one of those people who could read while driving, although I did it anyway, so I didn't care if it gave me a headache and made me sick. I didn't really care, but, it didn't do that while I was on vacation this time. So, when I wasn't driving, I was reading my books, trying to read, because I wanted to read all the books. I thought I could because the Rachel Harrison books are shorter, but yeah, I didn't get them all read. But I did read the prompt for Forks, which is a book with an atmospheric setting, and I read My Ghost Haunts Her Favorite Vampires by Rachel E. Scott. I had to think about her name. Rachel E. Scott. Oh my gosh. This one was a 5-star read for me. Not only was it like a clean read, but it was like paranormal fantasy romance. And it was between a ghost and a vampire. The town was called Autumnville, and it was always autumn there. I was like, I want to live in this town. And then there were so many different like characters. Let me just read the review. I put the review on Goodreads. It was such a good book. This one I would highly recommend to anybody. Anybody who will listen to me shout about it, I will tell you about it. So here I put, this book is so good. It's so atmospheric. It takes place in what feels like a small town called Autumnville, where it's always autumn. The town and all the characters in it give major Halloween Town vibes. The movie Halloween Town. That's the town I was picturing every time we were there. It says, especially all the characters. There were Grim Reapers, witches, wizards, vampires, ghosts, elves, and even humans. It says it's the first book in a new series by Rachel E. Scott called The Haunted Lovers Department, which possibly has some Taylor Swift references, which I read later on after I posted this review that it was inspired by Taylor Swift. So there are some Taylor Swift references there. But in the first book we have Thea, who is a ghost who is trying to prove that her brother had been wrongfully accused of using basilisk. It made me think of Harry Potter then, to kill someone and get him out of prison. So she has her brothers in prison because they think that he used a basilisk. The sun is shining through the windows. So they think that he used a basilisk snake. It's just as giant in this book as it is in Harry Potter. So they think he used a basilisk snake to kill. And pretty much people in this town don't like ghosts or vampires because they've been known to kill people, I guess, be evil, I don't know. But she says that that's not true. They just got it wrong, and most ghosts don't try to change what people already perceive them as. Okay, but then I put in she enlists the help of Killian, which is the vampire that everyone fears because of his reputation of killing people. So he has a bad reputation, Killian does. I'm just like, oh, say less. I love a good character who has a bad reputation, but who's just so good. Okay. So it is in dual point of view. And I put that it just gave all the cozy Halloween vibes. Absolutely love the relationship between Thea and Killian and how they slowly got to know each other while they were on their quest. They absolutely gave Caroline and Klaus vibes. I spelled Klaus wrong. I need to edit that. From Vampire Diaries. If you've watched Vampire Diaries, you know Caroline and Klaus. Totally getting those vibes there with their romance. I said this book was everything and the perfect read for this time of the year. There's a little sneak peek for the next book in the series at the end, and I'm beyond excited to read it when it comes out and get a Lark and Sydney's story. Although the cover is a little cheesy, I did not like the cover, honestly. It was given all the cheese, and not my favorite. The title drew me in, and the story did not disappoint. I ate this book up, and when I was forced to put it down, I was thinking about it and wanting to jump back into this world. This is a fantasy paranormal romance by Rachel E. Scott, and my first book I have read by her. I simply can't wait to read more. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was my review. I think that was my favorite book from the readathon. I was just sucked into that universe. When I was there, I was in Autumnville. It was Halloween Town. It was the perfect book to read for that atmospheric prompt. So I was really happy with that book. And that is concluding my Twilight readathon and all the books, the wrap-up of the books I read, my thoughts, my ratings. Y'all have to let me know if you've read any of these books in the comments down below and what your thoughts were on them. Have you read So Thirsty? Did you also hate it? Did you love it? If you loved it, tell me why, because I need to know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up down below. And if you're not yet subscribed, I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to my channel. And I hope you guys have a great day, night, weekend, whenever it is you're watching this. And remember that I love you, and so does Jesus. Bye, guys.